It's the 4th of July, and we have baseball in Newport. That combination sounds great to me, and it doesn't get much better than that. Welcome into Cardines Field. I'm Sam Reese, and welcome into the Newport Gulls pregame show here on the 4th of July, as the Newport Gulls are set to welcome in the Keene Swamp Bats. These two teams squaring off for the first time this summer on Independence Day. It's also game number 22 of the regular season, meaning after tonight, the Newport Gulls will officially be at the midway point of the 2024 regular season. The 2024 NECBL season is flying by. We've got plenty of great content coming up on the pregame show ahead of Newport and Keene, so make sure you stick around.
I won!
That's a good play!
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.
What's up, Gulls Nation? I'm Ty Stark, and I'm here interviewing one of our broadcasters, Sam. So we're just gonna ask him a couple questions, see what he's up to around Newport, see what's going on. So what's your name? What school do you go to? And what grade are you? How old are you?
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much for interviewing me, Ty. I'm usually on the other side interviewing yourself, so you're a natural on the mic. I gotta say that first and foremost. But yeah, I'm Sam Reese. I am the play-by-play broadcaster for the Newport Gulls this summer. I'm from Franklin, Massachusetts, and I'm a rising junior at Syracuse University, where I major in broadcast and digital journalism at the Newhouse School of Communication. So this is a huge passion of mine. I had a little bit of experience with summer ball last year. I was out in New York in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, where I was the broadcaster for the Amsterdam Mohawks. So I absolutely loved last summer, but here in Newport, my experience has just been elevated on another level, and I've absolutely loved it here. You know, being able to call games and talking to guys like yourself, Ty.
Sounds good. So, if you're not at the baseball field, what would you say is like your go-to activity, thing to do? You just chill out. Yeah. What's your vibe?
Yeah, here in Newport, it's definitely going to the beach. So I've done that on a few of my off days. I've checked out the beaches around here. I really like just exploring the area. Being from Massachusetts, I had been to Newport a couple of times for like weekend trips as a family, but never really got to experience, spending a whole summer here. So absolutely going to some of the beaches around here. I love watching the sunsets as well from the beaches. The Newport sunsets, pretty unmatched in my opinion, so that's my favorite off-day activity.
All right, and finally, I need your top 3 food spots in Newport. Off the top of the head, no thinking.
You're putting me under pressure, Ty. Top 3 food spots. I haven't explored as much as I want. I'm also terrible with names of restaurants. I went to this very good restaurant last night, and I'm blanking out on the name of it. It was right down the road from here. Good pizza place. I'm blanking out on the name of it on the top of my head. That was definitely number 1. That's embarrassing that I don't know the name of it. I can't name you top 3. I've been to a lot of good restaurants around here, and I know I'm disappointing you right now, Ty. For some reason, even though I'm a broadcaster and I'm great with the names of players and stuff like that, I'm terrible with names of restaurants. I just find places, eat there, enjoy it. So I know that's an underwhelming answer for you, but I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. All right, so that's all. We'll see you all after another short break.
And a warm welcome back into the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese, pleased to be joined now by pitcher Cole Cheatham. Cole, it's great to be with you. I'm loving the American spirit as well here on the 4th of July. We're now, after tonight, actually, it'll be the midway point of the regular season. So can you just take me through, what your experience has been here in Newport and kind of the bonds you've developed, especially among the pitching staff?
I've really enjoyed Newport so far. I mean, I'm very far from home, so it was kind of a unique thing. Like, it feels like 108 in my house right now, and it's kind of cold here, to be honest. But with the friendship thing, I've made some really close friends, especially DeLucia. I think we're gonna be pretty close here on out, and then helps with Kobe and Nolan being from the same part. But I've made a lot of friends so far.
That's awesome to hear. So yeah, you're from Alabama. You play at Mississippi State. So you actually think this is cold for you?
Yeah, I mean it's certainly not the warmest. Probably put on some sleeves here in a minute. But yes, It's definitely not Alabama.
Fair enough. And then when we're talking about on the field play, I do have to bring up, 2 summers ago you were with the Amsterdam Mohawks. So I didn't quite catch you there, but I was the broadcaster for the Mohawks last summer in the PGCBL, which is a great league. But I want to hear, for you as a pitcher, have you noticed some differences in terms of the batters you're going against from that league and just through your years at Mississippi State compared to now here in Newport playing in a premier league in the NECBL?
I would say the hitters compared to the PGCBL, the depth of them is a lot better.
Yeah.
You would get your guys from the PGCBL that are pretty good, but I would say 1 through 9 here in this league is pretty solid. And then compared to here from State, I would say kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
The 1 through 9 and SEC are legit. And then the 1 through 9 here is pretty legit, but not quite the same. But I would say overall, it's pretty similar.
And just a couple more questions for you. We really appreciate the time, Cole. At Mississippi State, you're mainly utilized out of the bullpen, but a couple of summers ago with the Mohawks, you were exclusively a starter,
Yep.
and you've been mainly a starter now, a key role in the starting rotation for Newport. So do you sort of have a preference, and how has it been being a starter in the rotation this summer for Newport?
Well, I'm certainly, I prefer starting a lot because I did in high school, and I'm actually transferring to go to UAB to start. So that's why I've been starting for the most part here. And just trying to get into the swing of things again. It's a lot different going multiple innings compared to just 1 or 2. Still trying to figure out how to go through the lineup multiple times, but so far I've been somewhat successful, so I've been satisfied about it.
I'd say it's been working pretty well for you. Last question for you. 2 summers ago in Amsterdam, you won a title in summer ball, and obviously Newport trying to go back-to-back here. So how hungry are you to win another summer ball title this time in the NECBL?
It would certainly be pretty nice to dogpile with these guys. And then just this atmosphere is a lot better too, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks so much for the time,
Thank
Cole.
you.
Really appreciate it. That's Cole Cheatham. We'll be back in a moment as the Gulls pregame show rolls right along. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. I'm John Hawkins here with Malak Muhammad, one of our media interns. What do you do here with the Gulls?
I am their photographer, and I do some postings on Instagram and TikTok.
And we're halfway through now. What's been your favorite moment so far being an intern with the Gulls?
Definitely capturing all their celebratory moments and many of their comical moments.
And last question, you kind of get close with the players. How kind of has your relationship been with the players being their photographer?
It's definitely been interesting. We've definitely all gotten very comfortable with each other, which is really nice to see. Yes, we tend to, step on each other's toes at times, but, it's all for the best, and it's all in good fun.
And we'll be back in a little bit with the rest of the pregame show. Rolls on. Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. I'm John Hawkins here with the hitting coach, now manager for today, Teddy Regan. The offense has been hot, especially last game at home, where it was much of a blowout. How do you guys kind of bring that momentum back to this game here?
Well, you got to bring it every game. So hopefully, with the early work that we do every time we're home, gets the energy flowing, gets the engine hot, and we can start swinging it.
And you're going to be the manager for the first time this season. How?
No, it'll be the second.
It is second.
He
Okay.
dumped earlier.
Yes. How is kind of that different from being just the hitting coach? Is there any stuff you do differently?
No, not really. Not pretty much. Mike gives me free reign, so it's pretty much what's been going on. We'll just make some pitching decisions. Kevin will give me what we're going to do with the pitching, who's hot, who's not, all that stuff. We'll just try to make some decisions that make some sense.
And the team overall has been hot as of late, and you guys are holding on to first place in the division. How do you guys keep that up? Is there anything that has been going well in practice that is transferring over to games and vice versa?
It's just called competing. Come every night, you compete, the good things happen. You don't compete, bad things happen. So the kids like to compete. We come out here, do the best we can, and that's it. We do very well.
And last question, you're facing these guys for the first time at home this year. What is the scouting report on them, and what do you kind of expect from them today?
I expect nothing but a quality team. Coach Sean always puts together a real quality team coming out of Keene, that whole organization with Waterson and the crew. They do a great job year after year, so got to come to play. Otherwise, it could be a long night.
All right, and that's been your Gulls pregame show. We'll be back with Sam Reese to wrap this up. I'm John Hawkins. We'll be right back.
Good.
Sam Reese with you back here on the Newport Gulls pregame show. It's America's pastime being played on America's birthday. Here in Newport, you can't ask for much better. It should be a good one between two of the top teams in the NECBL, the Newport Gulls hosting the Keene Swamp Bats. That'll do it for our pregame show here on the Newport Gulls Broadcast Network. But if you want to catch the action, you can watch the game over on ESPN+. First pitch at 6:35. Should be a good one. I'm Sam Reese saying so long here on the Gulls pregame show.
I won!
That's a good play!
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.